What's up? What's up with y'all? Y'all good in the hood? All right, so I was gonna turn it in, and I am in a few, but I ain't did an NFL is fixed in a while, and I know how y'all like, the NFL is fixed. Uh, listen, I've been watching some of the, I've been watching the highlights every week, every week. I've been watching the highlights, and of course, I just got done watching Week 8, and every team I wanted to win won, except for the Bills. Now, I don't think the Bills are going to go a week past the playoffs. The Bills are good, but they're not deep playoff. They're not a deep playoff threat. Even only they only got 2 losses. The Eagles to me are a deep playoff threat. They just are. And they've lost more than the Bills. Now, you can count out people like Miami, the Jets. You can count out Pittsburgh. You know, a handful of other teams. You can just count them out. But when you start getting down to it, when you start really looking at it, you know, people are depending on a couple teams to take down the 2 undefeated teams. So let me just say this. Let me just say this. People are looking for, I believe, Jackson from the Ravens. I agree. Yeah, Packers. Now I see. See, I can't give it to the Packers. I can't. I can't give it to the Packers. I can't. I just can't. I just don't have. I love me some Aaron Rodgers. That play he made. I mean, that dude was amazing. That play through the end zone. That dude was amazing. He looked like he was throwing it away, but the dude caught it. Who cares? Still touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but I'm gonna say this. I just yeah it. I just don't have a solid. I don't look at them and go they're gonna dominate. They ain't even got Clay Matthews anymore. They traded him. His daddy just gave a Hall of Fame speech. Played for the Browns, but you know they're gonna go deep into the playoffs. So you got the Packers. You especially against the run. Yeah, it just listen, listen. The Patriots are weak against the run. Nick Chubb. What was your boy Nick Chubb doing to him? Except Nicky got caught from behind. So Nick Chubb was wearing him out. You know what I'm saying? So the Pat look. Even though the Pats got Hightower, there's chink in their armor, and it's gonna get exposed within this next few weeks. So I'm not feeling the Patriots winning the big one. But the Saints just got back their boy Drew Brees. And who's that? Chimera? The Saints? Yeah, I think he plays for the I just think the Saints is a solid team. I can just see them taking it. I can see Drew Brees stepping up and putting heads to bed. That's it. And look, I don't think there's anyone out there other than the 49ers who's as hungry as the Saints. There's just not a team out there. And I don't, I can't even say the 49ers are as hungry as the Saints. I'm going to tell you why. because the 49ers got Jimmy G, right? The 49ers got Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a young player. Caught an injury last year. Boom, bam, beans a ham. That was it. But they got a really, really, really good team. They got a really, really good, solid team. You would think the 49ers can beat the Saints. Don't trust it. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling you. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you take out Jimmy G, if Jimmy G gets injured, the 49ers are going to do exactly what them boys in Arrowhead are doing. When Mahomes got taken out, look, Andy Reid is in trouble. His squad is in trouble. They're going to go into the playoffs, but if they don't get good old Pat back, and that's the same with Jimmy G, those two teams are the same to me. You take out that quarterback. Yeah, you take out that quarterback, you're going to start to see them fade because that quarterback is so important to them. That quarterback, not the backup. That particular one. And you look at what happened to the Steelers. Steelers are nowhere to be found. They beat Miami, so what? Miami hasn't won a game yet. So this is why I say San Francisco, no. They're too dependent on one player, and that's Jimmy G. And they're not hungry enough to take the whole thing this year. Defense carrying the 49ers. Yeah, defense is carrying the 49ers. Offense is carrying the Packers. Uh, defense is carrying. Look. Defense is carrying the Patriots. But offense and defense is carrying the Saints. They got that one loss, but it's like, okay, I got one loss. But look, they've been balling without Drew Brees. And now they got Drew Brees. That's it. That's it. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, even if Drew Brees wasn't there, I can't say that they would win the Super Bowl, but I could say that they might still could go. I'm gonna say that. So when you're looking at the backup for the top four teams, when you're looking at the backup quarterback for the top four teams, when you're looking at that situation, you're gonna start seeing just it's just not gonna happen. If their main quarterback goes down, you can just see them start losing. They lose that edge immediately, except for the Saints. The Saints is the only team that can still rock and roll with the backup quarterback that they have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's going to be the difference. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to see the 49ers lose. And they're going to lose in one of these big games coming up because all the big games are coming up now. All the big matchup. We just had a big matchup last week, or this week, week 8. But you're going to see that. Then you might see somebody come up. You might see somebody creep up. I mean, you still have the freaking Vikings out there, and you still got the Rams. I mean, they're still, you know, they can creep up in the playoffs. You still got Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's really like, yeah, Chicago's going all the way. Then you got the Eagles. You just can't count the Eagles out. You just can't. What are they? 4-3 now, or 4-2, or something like that. You can't count them out. I think they're 4-3 or something like that. Yeah, Chicago. Well, they might be. They got a quarterback situation too. But out of the four teams that we expect to go, yeah, the Eagles still got a chance. But out of the four teams we're looking at going, Out of your top four teams, you're looking at, like I said, you're looking at the Pats. You're looking at uh, the Chiefs. Still depends on what happens. You're looking at the Saints, and then Pats, Chiefs, Saints, and who am I? Oh, San Francisco. That's your four, and you might drop the Chiefs out of there, and but they only lost two games. They only lost two games, but the Bills only lost two games, but they're not going to go deep into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I like the feel good. I like the Bills. I like the feel good Bills, but we all know that the Bills it's going to happen. Heck, the Jets can probably come in and beat the Bills for a game. The Seahawks, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Seahawks are the Seahawks and the Vikings, but the Seahawks and the Vikings are the same team. You never expect them to come out and go 8-0. They're not gonna do it. Russell Wilson's crew's not gonna do that. Ever since the Leeds and the Boom, pretty much when they had that dynamite defense, now they're all gone. Sherm is traded away. He just got an interception playing for the 49ers. Sherm's still getting interceptions. So, they're deep. Once that defense changed, it was like, why did y'all trade them away? I don't, that's what I'm saying. It's all fixed. It's like, why would you trade them away? Anyway, so that's that. We know the Redskins are going to fire everybody, the whole coaching staff. We know the Cardinals are going to fire everybody. There's going to be a lot of coaches getting fired. That's going to definitely happen. Uh, Pittsburgh is nowhere to be found. Cleveland is the one team where we thought it would at least be 6-2 right now. We just knew Cleveland. I mean, you had Odell Beckham. You had a dynamite quarterback. Can't keep that line together. Cleveland has always been small on the front line, and they are paying for it. So what they did, and they do the same thing. They go out and they get a scrambling quarterback, and I fell for Cleveland type. Yeah, for the Cleveland hype. I didn't fall for it, but I was like, you got a Heisman Trophy winner. Look, that happens all the time. For the last 10 years, I think they've had like five Heisman Trophy winners. You know what I'm saying? At least. Look. Within the last 4 years, they've had Heisman Trophy winners. Two of them, one, two, three of them were quarterbacks, and they were all the same type of quarterbacks. They were all scrambling quarterbacks. Now, the one, of course, RG3 didn't come to them, at first. He came to them, after he got traded. And now he's playing for the Ravens. The Ravens are the sleeper team. The Ravens are the one that everybody thinks is going to take down. Tom Brady is going to break the streak. Because they've always given Brady problems. Even though the Browns beat the hell out of the Ravens. Put 40 points up on them. And then, turn around and get slaughtered. Well, listen, if Odell goes to Brady, okay, so here's the issue. Here's the issue. Okay, you just got what's his name? The dude who came from the Falcons, who looked trash this year. The I forgot how to say his name. A receiver. So you just got him. You're having issues with Josh Gordon. You got issues with Josh Gordon. You're throwing to anybody who's eligible. See Brady, he's still got what Edelman, right? Not gonna happen. It comes today. Yeah, yeah. See, I was kind of I didn't I don't know how big his contract is, but I don't want to see him go. I'm glad he's with the Browns. It makes you want to watch the Browns. They need a big name there, and he just had a really he had a monster catch recently. They need him there. They need Odell Beckham to play for a team like the Browns or New York because New York isn't doing anything, even though they got Saquon, but New York isn't doing anything. So you need big names to go to some of these teams that aren't doing so good. But I don't want to see no other big name because they just got big names. I don't want to look. Just imagine if Antonio Brown was still there playing for the Pats. They would have Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, and that guy that came from Atlanta. They would have those three. But come on, man, it would just be lopsided. It would be super. Yeah, yeah, Sanu. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It would be lopsided as heck. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I wanted Sanu to stay with Atlanta because Atlanta's really struggling. They still have a big name there, of course. They still got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is, he's still hooking up with that super fast kid who is we thought was going to be the best receiver in the league. He's probably the fastest receiver, but I don't know about the best receiver. Ever since I saw that ball go through his hands in the Super Bowl, go right through his hands, like what? What? So I was like, best receiver? Nah. No. But nonetheless, the fastest receiver, that kid's ridiculous. You're not going to catch him in the open field. And he just demonstrated that because he's an old track guy. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, so there's some chink in the Patriots armor. I'm just telling you, they don't have the big names. They lost Gronkowski, who is, let's just face it, Gronkowski was a big target. No longer have that. They're using White. They're using a lot of, their running backs. They're playing really smart. They play a lot of trick plays and stuff like that. But it's the defense who's really coming up for them, and that's just the fact. But they haven't played anybody who's going to really test them. But that test is coming up this week in Week 9 when they go up against Lamar Jackson, who is the best scrambling quarterback in the game right now, because my dude is hurt. My homeboy is hurt. Okay, and so he's out, and they don't know what they're gonna do with him over there, not in Jacksonville, but over there in Carolina. They don't know what they're gonna do with him once he comes back. But yeah, they're going to have to stop Lamar Jackson from just being magic. But I think Lamar Jackson is going to have the best game of the season this week. They come from a bye week, right? Come from a bye week. They're embarrassed because the Browns stomped them. So I know they're still watching that tape. Like, how did this happen? And they noticed that the running game is wide open. And when you have, listen, Lamar Jackson is a running back quarterback. He is a Michael Vick, and Michael Vick even said he plays like him. He's going to, what Lamar Jackson is going to do, I'm going to tell you what he's going to do. He's not going to throw a lot of long bombs. He's going to get a lot of first downs. That's what's going to happen. They're going to pick those guys apart. They're going to get first down after first down after first down, and it's going to draw that game out. And I'm telling you how the game's going to go. I'm telling you right now what's going to happen in this game. They're going to have more than the Patriots, and that's how they're going to win. They're going to hold on to the ball, and and listen, they're going to score first. They're going to score first. Then the Patriots are going to score. Then they're going to score again. Then the Patriots are going to score. And right after the Patriots' second score, it's going to look like a good, even game, and it's just going to be back and forth. But as soon as that second quarter comes up and it passes, when you jump into the third quarter, the whole game is going to come to a screeching halt. That's what's going to happen. They're going to grind them to a screeching halt. And what's going to happen is you're going to wear the only thing that they got going on that could actually stop them. They're going to wear the defense out. They're going to keep the defense on the field. And if you keep them on the field, they get tired. And the more tired they get, the more Lamar Jackson is going to run them down. And that's what's going to happen. Lamar Jackson's probably going to have freaking, he might have 90 yards. He might have 100. Because that's the way they're going to beat them. That's the way they're going to beat them. They're going to shut down Sony Michel. Edelman is still always going to be a factor because it's just Edelman. But I'm telling you right now, they're gonna shut them. That defense is gonna be super tired when that game is over. Super duper tired. They're gonna be like, we don't want to chase Lamar Jackson around no more. And that's how they're gonna beat him. And they're gonna beat him by a field goal. Like 23-7 or something. And I'm telling you, that the second quarter is just gonna slow down. They're just going to keep the ball, keep it away from Brady, keep it away from him. Because Brady's going to throw these little, chip shots and they're going to do a couple trick plays. But that's going to be their whole game. They're going to be going for the 15 yards, slot route, the flag route, the back shoulder. They're not going to be going for the long bombs. They're not going to be doing none of that. They're going to run the ball like you've never seen before, but to try to keep possession, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They're going to come in there and they're going to hold them boys to like 24 points, if that. It's going to be like a 3-point game, and that's just going to be that. They're going to run them down because that's the only way you're going to beat them. But that plays right into Lamar Jackson's hands. It's not going to be a high-scoring game. Didn't they just beat a team? Who they just beat? The Jets? They just creamed the Jets. They made that boy Sam Darnold want to go back to high school. They made Sam Darnold not want to play. Sammy was just like, what is going on right now? It's called football. These guys got it together. So that's just what I think is going to happen. And they're going to hand them their loss. The only thing about that is if you beat the Patriots during the regular season, if you beat them during the regular season, they will beat you during the playoffs. So, with that being said, now you start putting together the puzzle of who's going to beat who as soon as the regular season's over. Whoever beats the Patriots during the regular seasons loses to them during the playoffs. So this is why we know that the Ravens will not go to the Super Bowl because the Ravens are going to beat the Pats this week. This is just what I think. The Ravens beat the Pats this week. That's it for them. There is a theory, Tone. It's going to be Colts and Saints. All about quarterbacks. What up? What up, Vic? Well, where'd you get that from? And why would they do that? Look, the Super Bowl being all black quarterbacks right now, it's not a hard thing to do. You just got so many of them out there right now, and a lot of them are doing halfway decent. I mean, well, I can't really say that now. You may know more about that subject than I do because I don't follow it like a lot of you guys do. But I'm looking at Murray. I'm looking at Watson. I think his name is. Plays for the Bucks. That guy. I'm looking at Jackson. Um, oh my goodness, really? Well, see, I don't know. I don't know about that. Of course, I know about that, but I don't know as far as football is concerned. I don't. That would be. I mean, I ain't got no complaint about that. But it just, it just, I don't have no complaint. It's hard for me to see that. Okay, so if that's gonna happen, well, still my theory is gonna come true. The Saints are gonna win it all. But okay, so you would have. I think the Saints' backup quarterback is black. I think that's what you're talking about. Oh, well, well, you're gonna have to stop a couple people from beating them because right now there's, well, yeah, Vegas wins. Right now, yeah, only way I can see that happening. Well, how the Colts doing though? You know who the Colts remind me of? The Colts remind me of the Cowboys. They're kind of in that same what if. That's where they're at right now to me. The Colts and the Cowboys are the what ifs. They're the if I can just get my, you know, this part of my defense or this part of my offense. Jacoby Brissett. I'm down with Jacoby. Nobody wants no, nobody wants to see the Patriots except Patriots fans. I wouldn't mind seeing Brissett. Jacoby. I mean, even if the Cowboys win, they have a black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If the Chiefs win, they have a black quarterback. The Texans, you know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers. So yeah, there's just I think half of the teams right now, Murray, have black quarterbacks. So it just close, not half. I would say like 8 or 9 teams have black quarterbacks, somewhere around there. But yeah, some of them need to go and get Colin Kaepernick back, but that's not going to happen. He sued the NFL. Plus, no one thought the Colts and the Saints were. Oh no, I did. I've been calling the Saints since last year. Ever since the miracle at yeah, yeah. Ever since they had the miracle when who was it, the Vikings? When the Vikings beat them and that bad call, that ridiculously bad. Oh no. I was like, yeah, uh there's gonna be some payback. Let me tell you right now, uh I got the Saints. Yeah, I've been calling. You can look at some of my videos. I was like, yeah, I got the Saints going all the way next year. And when my dude got hurt, I was like, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. Now, we've seen Aaron Rodgers get hurt, what, last year and then come back at the end of the year? Took him out of the playoffs? No, no. He was playing for. I think he started off with the Vikings or one of them. Who did he start off? No, that was Thielen. Who started off with one of them's teams, and they was like, "Nah, it's not gonna work. Scrambling quarterback now. We don't need that." So they got one a pocket quarterback. They traded him, and but Teddy Bridgewater ain't bad. I like the Teddy Bridgewater. Like Rodgers in Green Bay. He out. He out. Yep, that's true. So we were talking about earlier if you had some of these teams. If Jimmy Garoppolo goes out, there it goes. Patrick Mahomes goes out. Look at what's happening. The Roethlisberger. Look at Pittsburgh. It's just simple math. But Teddy Bridgewater, he was holding it down. Drew Brees came took over his spot. But Teddy Bridgewater ain't mad. He's just like, hey, if it still goes down, we can get it done. So I ain't mad about that. Look, Jacoby Brissett had to take over because Andrew Luck dropped out. You know, they rocking and rolling. So I mean, the truth is, they have the best, to me, situation to if the quarterback goes out, they got a good backup who can still take them to the Super Bowl. That's just what I think. My point is, everyone thought the Saints was gonna do worse. My point. Oh no, not me. Nope, I had them since last year. Yeah, yeah, and then that injury, Drew Brees. But I still had them. You know, I don't bet on the games, but if I started to bet, I'd be like, nah, I'm Saints all day. I'm Saints all day, taking it to the big one. Drew Brees retiring. Uh, Not necessarily beating the Patriots. I think the Patriots. I don't think they're gonna make it to. Well, I put that the Patriots are gonna make it, but I don't really care. I just think the Saints are gonna win. Whoever they're gonna face, you know what I'm saying? Whoever they're gonna face, they're gonna win. But well, it's a more popular game. The Patriots versus the Packers is a bigger. You got three teams. The Patriots versus the Packers is like a big commercial game. It's not a big. It's not. It's not one of those games where. Yeah, it's a big game. You want to see it because I'm gonna argue that let's just put it out there. The best quarterback in the game right now, it definitely plays for the Packers. Yeah, no one has the Colts. This is true. No one has the Colts. That's very true. Nobody's looking at Jacoby Brissett to come up and get it done. Yeah, no one's saying that. As a matter of fact, everybody kind of lost hope in the Colts whenever Andrew Luck came out and made that announcement. So they're just like, nah, we're finished. When Brissett came out, he's doing his thing. So, but everybody wants to see Rodgers playing the Super Bowl this year. They're doing good. They're gonna. San Francisco's gonna take one of those teams out, but yeah, yeah. That's a big commercial game. That's probably the biggest. Right. When you're looking at, yeah, that's probably the biggest matchup. The biggest matchup. Oh, oh, you getting deep again. The biggest matchup would be the Patriots in Green Bay. That's the biggest matchup. That's the biggest matchup. But that's not what we're gonna see. We're not gonna see that. All right, I'm about to go to bed. Ah, God bless. God bless all of you. Make sure you guys say your prayers. Call on the Lord Christ and get. I am sleepy. Good night. God bless.